Today is the holiday, but I I still have a lot of things that I need to do, such as I need to kind of relax, but I'm not really. I'm not. I got to do, for once, I got to get my expense report done. I'm actually late doing it, and it's due like yesterday. So I have been up a lot, getting a lot of things done. I have been making time for my personal life. I'm making a lot of time for my personal life because um, I have a lot going on. I have a lot of great things that's going on. But in order for me to allow, some of the changes, to have some of the changes instead of forcing like, oh, I got to run here and I got to do that. I have been having a lot of 10, 12, 14-hour days, but I'm doing that by choice and I'm sacrificing because it's for the greater good. Now, so I have a lot of things that I need to do today. I have been out late, um, but I needed to come home because I am in between places. And y'all, I'm putting this wig on. It is not glued down or taped down or sprayed down. So, but anyway, it's a lot of things that's been going on with me as far as fitness and how I'm eating and stuff like that. My fitness is going amazing. How I'm eating is going amazing. And you guys know I do take pride in how I am and how I take care of myself. But embracing change and allowing change. I've always been where I could be submissive, and to the right one, being submissive will come with ease. Some people, it's like, you operate in your masculine energy. I have not been operating too much of my masculine energy because I haven't had to. When you feel protected, loved, and all that stuff, and then somebody's there for you and they have your back and stuff, it comes with ease. You let that shit go. And it's just like whether it's male or female. When you have that person, you just, oh shit, I ain't even got to worry about that anymore. And it's just a lot that I pretty much like taking the back seat to. And it feels good. It feels good letting someone else lead, not always want to be the one that's in charge. Oh my God. People think that a lot of women are bossy because, like, in the position that some women are in, some of the positions that we are in, we have to be the boss. In my position that I'm in, and with my promotion and stuff like that, I have to be the boss. And I don't like coming off like that. And I don't necessarily always go around saying I'm the boss. I actually pulled that card only once this year. I just said that to somebody. Was it last week? There was this week, last week. I said that to someone. I don't like pulling the boss card, but I had to say, no, I'm your boss, and I don't like that. You know what I'm saying? So because if you respect yourself enough, you don't have to be telling somebody, oh, you're going to respect me. It's like if somebody has to go out there and say that, pretty much, I don't think that those are good people who has to go out and tell somebody, you're going to respect me. You can't make anybody do anything. Respect is earned. And then when someone sees you for who you are, they can just easily respect you. And the position that you play in their life. So, but, I had to pull that card. I don't like going around saying that I'm the boss because I'm Diana. You know what I'm saying? And I'm on a team and I lead a team and I want a very, very successful team. And I pop up at any time. I had to talk with some officers on yesterday. I had a long talk with them and tell them what my expectations were with some new employees that I have, telling them what my expectations are and, and how I believe in them and why I hired them and why they're on my team. Now, with that being said, though, too, I also hire police officers. So I work with the police as well. And but talking with, the police officers, it's pretty cool because you get to know a lot of insight on things, and what's happening all around, dealing with them, and then meetings and stuff like that. Of course, I don't like to make a lot of money, that you have to pay for or whatever. So, and just being one-on-one with them, because me for one, I have a age limit on who I hire. You can't hire everybody else just because they're of age and you could just give them a job. Some people, they don't have guidance in their lives. And some people, they try to put the blame on everybody else instead of taking the blame. I'm one that I'm a winner. Why do I say that I'm a winner? Okay, I'm telling you how I'm embracing this change. We're always winning. I always, and I take how I'm saying this. I've always been a winner, and everything I do, I win. Everything. And look, I'm not bragging. I'm going to tell you guys why I say this. Why everything that I do is successful. Why do I think that I can take it to the next level? Why am I Diana? Why am I a leader? I'm going to tell you why. When you come from nothing, you can't do nothing but go up. When you have nothing, every little step that you take is a win. When you embrace that from where you come from, right? And what you've seen and what people have instilled in you, like when you don't have money, when you don't have resources, all you have is just a pen, a piece of paper, some dirt, you know what I'm saying, and some water. You make it do what it do. You got a pen and piece of paper, you make a plan. You got dirt and water and you need to wash your car. You take the dirt and the water and you wash your tires. People don't understand that dirt cleans your car better than anything else. Not the paint, but the tires. So when you come from nothing, all you can do is build. All you can do is build, and every step is a win. And that's how I see it. So when I have nothing. If I get up today and I go to work, guess what? It's a win. Because I was sitting here doing nothing. If I do my hair today, it's a win because I was laying around, my hair wasn't done. And early on, my foundation was set. But it was set, a strong foundation, in church. But I did not know that my great-great-grandmother was instilling all these things in me to be strong and to be a leader. And so you guys know I'm going to be doing an interview about who's Diana. And so questions are going to be asked. And so when the questions are going to be asked, I'm just going to answer them plain. I told family members that I was going to be doing this, and they'll be very excited about it because being Diana and who I am came a lot from my upbringing. My upbringing, and for me, decided that I was going to step out and do all these things on my own. Being successful, it depends on you and who you are. Do you think that you're successful? Or you can't say I'm not where I want to be because this person is there. You are responsible for your own happiness. You go at your own pace to get where you need to be. Sometimes, you can't just take off in this race and just win it like that. It takes steps. It takes planning. And you can't ask anybody else or take from anybody else to build your dream, or you can't steal anybody else's dream. You get what I'm saying? So that's why I'm saying, like, when you have never had anything and you come from nothing, or you was in a ditch, everything that you do is a win. Me getting my first place was a win. Me getting my first car was a win. It's just, everything is a win. Me now thinking positive is a win. After I've been taught to lead, like in a very, very hard way, when it's like, hey, you got to lead this and you have nothing, but you better lead them. You better get them here. So what are you going to learn to do? If you have nothing, you got to lead these people. You got to talk to them. You got to inspire them. You know what I'm saying? You got to lift them up. Yeah, you got to feed into their soul. And it's not like you don't manipulate. It's like, I'm in this with you. Understand that we're trying to grow. I'm in this with you. I'm not trying to be better than you. We both trying to move. So let's go. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't move anywhere. If you don't go, I'm going to pull your ass with me. And I'm not going to move until we moving together. I'm not going to leave you back here for me to get way up here and then I got to wait for you to catch up. That's more work. Hell no. I'm going to pull you with me. I'm going to do what it takes for us to make it, for us to win. I'm not better than you. I'm not going to lead you. If it's meant for me and you to do this thing together, oh, we going to do it. One way or the other. That means whether you mad, whether you're happy, whether you trust me or not. You know, so if I'm in your life and I'm meant to lead you, I'm leading us to success because I didn't have anything else. This is a win for us to get moving. It might take some time, but I bet we'll get there. You know, and I'm never going to tell anybody what my plans are because I don't know. You know, I take it day by day and I can just see something and boom, and I'm right in it. You know, but I'm dedicated, I'm disciplined, and I'm determined to get where I'm going, to do what I need to do, to stay on my life path, to stay in my purpose, and I'm not a follower. When you follow, it's like your parents or whoever is in your life, you know, to like come in and tell you some things. They teach you and you're following them with them being positive. You're following them there. It's just like raise your child up as they shall go. And this damn thing, hold on. It's like raise your child up as they shall go, and then you let them go, right? Yeah, my eyes are like red from like cleansing my face. So anyway, it's like, and do you believe in that person? Understand that everybody in your life, they're not the messenger. Somebody that comes to tell you things, you don't always have to listen. You know, and it's like, if it's not touching you and inspiring you to get up and go, if you don't feel it, if this person, when they talk to you and you don't feel it, that's not the messenger for you. It could be, the message could be for somebody else that might be in the room or might be around you, but the message might not be for you at that time. You might be able to go back a little bit later and resonate on it after you have actually taken the step. But nobody's going to give you nothing in this world. Nothing in this world. But you got takers. And then you got other people that feel like they're entitled. You're not entitled to anybody's life. You're not entitled to anybody's destiny. You're entitled to your own path. Stay on it. You know what I'm saying? Work it for yourself. You can't come and steal and take from somebody. You know, you'll understand when you have ran into a real blockage. Some people say, I can't do this because I don't have this job. I can't do this because I don't have this money. I can't do this because I don't have this car. I can't do this because I don't live here. I don't have these clothes. And then you think that this is a blockage. Understand, you might have run into a person or some people, and that person is the blockage. That person is the blockage. And you don't understand the difference in a blockage. Some people think the blockage is because you don't have money. You might be standing in front of a person that's a positive blockage for you. It's like, stop right here. You're not going any farther until we have this conversation, until I deliver this message to you. That's why some people, they make people don't understand why some folks hate people, why they dislike them, why some people turn their spirit inside and out. Like, dang, time I see this person, you don't understand, right? You don't understand what that person does for you. That person is awakening you. It's like when you see me, you still don't notice it. So right now, I'm going to have to touch you spiritually, you know, and it's like they don't have to do anything. It's just that when they get in the area or they walk into the room, talking to the room, their spirit talks to your spirit. They don't even have to open up their mouth. They talk to your spirit. Talk to your damn demons, having all dancing up in there. You don't understand what the fuck is going on. That person is a messenger, and they are getting to you inside and out. You know, so you're actually seeing them with your eyes, but internally, they are touching your soul. And it's like, okay, I'm going to shake some shit up in you because I'm a blockage. Okay. And until I get to you or we have this discussion, or I get you on the right path and stuff, I'm going to keep shaking your ass up. I'm going to keep making you mad in the inside. I don't have to do anything. All I got to do is just walk through. All you got to know is I'm on the same street. All you got to know is that I'm somewhere in the area where you are and I'm shaking you up. I don't even have to be in the same room with you. That shows you how powerful a person is. How powerful a person is. You don't have to even, that person don't have to say that. That person don't even know you around. But you know they're around, and their energy reaches out and grabs you. And then those spirits that you have that's in the inside of you, that's lying, cheating, theft, it sees it and it bothers you. Sometimes it bothers people, and people think that you know everything about them. It's just their energy shaking up everything, and it's making you think about everything that you've done in your life, what path you're on, or where you are though right now, and why you're stuck. And your mind will be stuck on that one person. That one person. You can't sleep. You can't eat. You will talk about them for hours. You'll tell everybody about, and then people start disappearing from around you because all you do is talk about this one person. Jealousy. You will feel all of your emotions. You actually don't know why. It could be a love and a hate thing about the person. The person can inspire you. They can make you angry. You can love them so much you can hate them. You don't want to see them move anywhere, but you don't understand that you can't stop anybody from moving. You can't stop anybody from growing. What a person has for them, it's for them. It'll always be. Always. But embracing change, people have to embrace it. I've always wanted to, as I'm leading a team, I want to lead them to success. When a person is no longer with me, they should be successful. If you're not, I wasn't the person to lead you. I wasn't. When I pray, I ask God, to bring people in my life that I'm supposed to lead, people that's not like me. Because sometimes you can't have two leaders in one place. But you can have meetings where where you have these great minds that think alike, that we can talk about things. We can brainstorm. But embracing change. Me embracing change is me taking a seat. Me saying now that I'll allow myself to be loved in the right way. Me knowing that one wants to love me, and I'm going to allow it. Instead of always just saying, well, things are good, but so now I'm starting to embrace the change and love the change, and sit back and let somebody else take the wheel. Be like, man, no, I don't want to do this no more. Somebody that's always in control. I don't want control all the time. That shit gets tiresome. You get tired of a female wants to sit down sometimes and just like, okay, you do it. It's like sometimes you get tired of driving. Like, okay, yeah, I can get up and go. I can drive my cars or whatever. But sometimes you don't want to drive. Sometimes you don't want to cook. You don't want to do these things. Sometimes you don't want that. Sometimes you want just somebody else, like, come in and just help. Yeah, I can do it. Sure can. Yeah, I can handle it. Yeah, I can. Yeah, I can't afford it. Yes, I can. But sometimes you just want companionship. And it gets old, and the thing is, it is like being wanted. You know what I'm saying? Being wanted and desired. I don't want it where it's somebody that needs me. You know what I'm saying? You don't need to need me. You know what I'm saying? Just the desires of your heart. When you pray, you ask God to give you the desires of your heart, and you be sincere with it. Don't pray a selfish prayer. I had to speak to this lady last night, and she laughed and she cried. And then she said, I feel like I've had a conversation with God. Now, look, there should never be a God before him. But I'm only going to give you truth. I'm only going to give you truth. But you putting up a post and you think it's something to brag about, but the post actually made you look bad. It actually made your lover, your husband, look bad. We have to watch how we post, what we say, when we say it, how we say it, and to who we say it to. You got to respect yourself, respect your family, respect your mate and who's around you as you being a leader. You can't say and do everything. You can be fucking up your resources. You know, you could be backing yourself up into a corner, and then the next person says, hey, I wouldn't make that business deal if I were you. You need to learn and see who that person is. Don't tell them to learn it for themselves. You know, get to know. A lot of people can go and tear you down and say all these things about you because they're jealous. But if that person, instead of them saying, hey, oh, this person does this, they like this is the way they are, whatever, instead of them saying, go get to know that person, they'll never tell you to do that because it's going to be the truth. You're going to find out the truth. And then it's also going to tell you something about that person. Like, hey, what do you know about this person? I haven't talked to that person in like over 2 years. No phone call, no text, no nothing. Never been around them and all that stuff. I don't deal with that. It's okay to have change. It's okay to remove yourself from somebody's life. You know, if this person is not helping you grow, don't have to be monetarily. Grow in your mind. If a person doesn't like help you grow mentally, can't give you a decent conversation. Yeah, I'm telling you one thing that when you know right off a pop. Okay, so I have someone in my life that love cars, love vehicles, which is a car person. Love vehicles. Just buy what he wants. Buy a car because he loves cars. But it is a real love of this person that loves vehicles. Then I know of someone that loves cars, right? So this is a positive and this is a negative. And it's like the way that this person loves cars, this person likes cars because they'll steal, kill, and destroy to get a car for clout. Or, you know, it's just like, and it's like, I got to have the next best thing. You know, this person gets this, so I need to follow. I need to go and do this. Oh, I can do this better than this person. I got this car right here. Oh, it looks better than theirs. And that's all they can sit there and say is because they're in competition with everybody. And this is when a person is chasing their own ass because they're just going in circles. They're going in circles and it's not growth. Now, then you got this person who likes cars, right? But priorities are straight, you know, as in living, working, business, deals, whatever, and they might run upon something that, you know, they like, and it's like, hey, it might not be the right price at this time or whatever. I find a deal and they get it because it's a love, but you get it when it's the right time. You get it when it's the right time. Like I wanted my car, but I started manifesting like 2 years, you know, up ahead of time. I'm like, you know, I'm not going to run out there and jump into debt. When it gets the right time, I'll get the vehicle. You know, that's what I'll do. You know, I'm not trying to be like Hope. I'm not trying to be like Darren or whatever. This is a love of mine. And when it's time for me to get it, you know, I would have everything straight. You know, yeah, my bills would be paid. I won't be behind on anything. And then I just have this money right here for my hard work that I can go and I can gift my family, me and my family, another vehicle. And that's what I did. I didn't just go and jump into something. I can't see myself doing things like that. And also, you know, like how you want to grow. So like I said, you know, I'm embracing change. I'm embracing change because I want I want a person to take the lead, but I want to be included with it. You know, so I don't want to be this bossy chick and I don't want to bring it home with me because this is my job. I'm on call all the time. I don't want to bring these things home with me and into my relationship. And I've learned that. I have learned that, and it has worked tremendously, very well for me. Sometimes you can let people take the lead. You know, you can, and you bring some people in your circle, right? But you don't know everything. I'm telling you guys, I don't know everything, but I know a lot about a lot of things, especially when it comes to the field that I'm in. And then when you being a female in this business, A lot of men don't like that. A lot of men don't like that you will bite back at them, and I will, you know? So I can sit, I can listen, we can talk. You know what I'm saying? But baby, if you come at me when you're hungry, I will bite back. You know what I'm saying? I will bite your ass. So, but I'm not going to make it where we're just sitting up there, we're going back and forth at each other. But when I invite somebody into the room, I'm inviting you there with a purpose. Not because we need to talk about, you know, our hair, our wigs, our dress, or whatever, your haircut, you know, your vehicle. I'm inviting you into the room, you know, for greatness. This is a room of greatness. Understand why you're being invited into this energy. Now, it's on you on what you'll do with it, because I'm still going to be watching. Just because you're invited don't mean you'll get to stay to the party, right? And you have to watch who you invite to your table, because sometimes people would like to come to your table and they think that they could put you on the menu. Listen to what I'm saying now. They want to come in mentally and think that they can steal from your house, whether that be your job, your relationships, or whatever. I'm going to come in, I'm going to do this, and then I'm going to take it with me. Understand, if you didn't buy that table, you don't get to have it. You know, and but some people, they think that they can do that, but they don't understand that when some people sit at their table, they ain't always eating. They can be observing. They could want you to get full. They might want to see how you eat, how fast you eat, how slow you eat, if you eat at all. You know what I'm saying? If you got manners at that table, that person could be looking at you. Then they might say, if, hey, you're just going to get everything and just take it for yourself, take it home, you don't know what they're going to do with it. But when a person invites you to their table, it's for a reason. And it might have just been just to look at you, just to see how it was. But some people, when you invite them into your energy, you have to watch people. And some don't even know. They think that they're just eating in front of you. Oh, I'm getting full of this shit. I'm all up in her face. I'm all around her. And I'm going to keep going back to that table and keep eating and keep eating and keep eating and keep laughing or whatever. They don't even know. You have to play your part until you have to play your part, right? You move in silence. And then when it's time for you to bite at your own table, then you bite. You hear me? And you leave nothing on the damn bone. You lick the damn plate and you wash the damn dishes where there is no residue or anything left. Everything is clean. That person is gone. You lick the fucking plate. That's what you do. Never let anyone come to your fucking table and put you on the menu. Never, ever do it. So when you embrace change, right? And you want to have another meal and stuff, that table is set, and it's set for people like you who is deserving of it or whatever. And you observe somebody where you had to really eat up. You really had to eat up. But everybody is not like you. We think that a person is grateful. People ain't grateful. People be in your face all day long and they think you stupid. They really think you stupid. They ever told you about water signs? Which it can be in a lot of signs. You think you playing in somebody's face and they playing dumb in yours until they have to play their part. They'll play dumb. They'll play naive until when you really meet that person, you think you know that person. When you really meet that person, you haven't met them. I do that. Until I decide to let you in and know who I really am, you don't know me. You don't know me. You don't even know my representative at all. You think you met my representative. You know absolutely nothing about me. But I'm embracing change because I want change. Allowing me to finally come out and say what's been going on with me. So I have been involved, but I don't share that. I've shared it. But friends have. First of all, I walked into an intervention, which was crazy, but I kind of liked it. I kind of liked people sharing their feelings that they cared for me and they cared about who I care for and they cared about who cares for me. This was really, really, really good friends. I was like, how did this really come about? They was like, we don't know. It just happened. You know, you're around and you're working and then we know that you're good. We know where he is and all this stuff. And this has been going on for a while though right now. And we just wondering how long we holding this secret. And I kind of felt good and bad because he has good friends and they can hold a secret. You know, and it really kind of wasn't a secret. I just said I don't like people in my business, how things is going, and that's for us to decide how we want it and when we want it out, right? And so then, with all that being said, can't y'all tell when somebody trying to do something? Can y'all? I can. Stupid. Sometimes people too powerful for that. But anyway, what I liked about it is that these are faithful people that you know that if you tell something to, it's not going anywhere. Hasn't been anywhere. It's just been like within the friend circle. Now the part that I looked at it was because I was seeing so much about, I don't want the business out and how we've kept everything because now, he wants to shout to the world. It's been like where I kind of felt touched. I'm saying I feel bad. I felt touched by it is because how when they were saying how long do we have to hold this secret? I guess because it's getting heavy because they want to talk about it too. And I'm like, thank y'all for respecting us. I really appreciate that. But then I'm just like, okay, so now I have this weight on their shoulders that, I don't want them to tell my business. And these are real friends. And they want to say, okay, you're with us. And, we're wanting you to be with us, and, when are you moving? When are you doing this? All this because, is other households that need to be taken care of. Those aren't my houses. You know what I'm saying? Those aren't my houses. And I don't claim, all of those things. I'm not superficial. Now he's not superficial either, but sometimes you can allow yourself to have nice things. I like nice things as well. But I'm this humble person. I'm happy with what I have. God gives me what I need to, to move around every day, to get up and be Diana. I get to have these things. I don't have to steal. I don't have to lie. I am who I am. But having somebody to fall in love with you authentically and they can see everything about you. And the only thing I keep saying is it's always just one thing that I've always really wanted. One thing that I really, 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 really want is a closet. I need a closet for all my shit. You know what I'm saying? I need a closet. I miss my beauty room and I need a closet. But I told them, I said, okay, I don't want to hold this anymore either. I'm going to just say, I'm more than likely going to do this. Oh my God. And why did I say, one of my friends like more than likely. And I was like, no, I'm not saying it like that. It's just that some things you have to keep private. And with me going into this, and this has been private, it's been simply amazing. It's been amazing. And when I sit here and say, like, no arguments, no disagreements, just with ease because you talk about things, you talk about everything and then you don't let nothing build up. It's just been so easy. Relationships can go that way if you're honest with yourself first and you're not hiding anything. And and you just like, you don't want something to turn out to be an argument or disagreement. So you just, okay, my phone actually died and then I plugged it up and it's like back here. So I'm just gonna have to prop you guys up right here because I can't put it back up on the thing. Hoping that this shit gonna work. Let me see. I don't know if this shit gonna work right here. But I gotta get ready to get up out of here though too, because I have to go. I gotta get ready to go. Well, bitch, you gonna have to just be here now. Hold on, y'all. I gotta brighten this shit up. Okay, now. Come on, boo. Okay. So I'm having to wear a hat. I did this hair and flexi rotted. This is my workout wig. And so me, you guys know I like the shine. I like the diamonds. So I am matching my hat with my shoe. Look, my hat with my shoes. With the shoes on my shirt. And I'm just getting out. And I wash these pants so that they can shrink because I can fit them. So my size 2s and 4s are getting too big though now. And it's just like I washed these and put them in the dryer. I was like, let me dang shrink them. But these shits are starting to, all my other stuff is starting to get so big, and I'm liking the change. I'm liking it. But anyway, I am going to get ready to get out of here. Let me take y'all on this thing. Get ready to get up out of here. I'm doing no makeup. Still not doing any makeup, rather. I was trying to do this thing lip kit, but let me see what I can do to this. I kind of want to do some like a different type of ombre. Hold on. Let me see. What can this do? See this? Let's throw some of this in here. I wanted to have just a little bit of pink lips today. It didn't do nothing because this other lipstick is overpowering it. Okay, let's turn all this stuff off. Okay, that's off. And I'm putting up this like Wi-Fi equation for my team. And so I'm going to show y'all what I look like and what I got on. So y'all see. On some Adidas. And that's it. So, I'm going to finish. I did a makeover. And I have one thing to do. Shit. I have one thing to do left. Which is going to take like about 2 minutes or whatever. And that's what I'm going to go and finish. I have a whole lot of other things done. Last night I was able to get like 3 wigs done. And what I do though now is like on the weekends, pretty much like on Friday night or Saturday, I get all my outfits or my business suits out for what I'm going to wear like through the week. This is why I need a fucking closet. So look. So all of these here is like business suits and stuff like this, what I'll be wearing for the week. So this is Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. And then pretty much like on Fridays or something like that, I wear jeans. Try to dress up some jeans or something like that. With a business shirt. And yeah, that's what I do. But like, just embracing the change thing, man. Sometimes we as women, you get into these positions and we take this shit home, and it's hard. It's hard on the family with you just being boss, 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 boss. And I have found myself in that mode, and I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like, some people like, I don't need a man. Bitch, y'all keep saying that shit. Y'all keep saying that shit that you don't need a man. You know what I'm saying? But you get the right one, you'll embrace it. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like, I've actually just been looking at like my career and like taking it first and not, really taking it serious like that. I mean, I did something once before, and I lowered my standards. I lowered my standards all the way to disrespect. And but I'm woman enough that I can admit that. You know what I'm saying? Where I was disrespected. You know what I'm saying? And but I'm not gonna allow myself to be disrespected just to have a man. That's some bullshit. And especially when nobody is doing anything for you. I was disrespecting myself on, I mean, every fucking type of damn thing. I mean, everything. It's just like, no, can't disrespect and you do nothing. Even if you did do something that disrespect, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes, God brings people in your life to wake your ass up, and then when those people are gone, you'll learn it. But I don't miss one thing about it because that person wasn't for me. You know what I'm saying? And I can't even say that, I was in love because I wasn't. I'm just was trying to like fill a void just to say that I had somebody. I don't need anybody. You know what I'm saying? I don't need anybody to fill that void. You know what I'm saying? I might want somebody, but the void that I was needing to fill was myself, for me to like get your ass back on your path, so that you know what you got to do. And and that's all it took, that's all it took. It's like it wasn't something that I was missing, or someone that I was going to miss. But you have to be honest with yourself when it comes to these things. Like, what are you allowing in your life? Why are you not one toenail, closer than what you want to do? You could be your own blockage, or you could be allowing people in your energy to block. And you sometimes us we like you go through these relationships and like, okay, I need to get out of this relationship. I need to get out of this marriage. But you're just hanging on to it because you're used to it. Or you're saying what somebody else is going to say or what it looks like. It's like you're not even doing it for you. You're doing it for somebody else. You're in a relationship for someone else. And you're caring about what something looks like. I can give a fuck about what something looks like. If that was the case, if that was the case, I would not have married my husband. I would have been saying, oh, how's it going to look for me being with a white man? How's it going to be with me having interracial kids? It's just like, why would I say that? And it's about taking that stepping out on faith, and you do what you want to do for once. And after you stand on that and somebody sees that you're strong in that, then, hey, it's either they're going to hop on or they're going to get the fuck on. And we had to face a lot, you know what I'm saying? Because at first, my husband's family wasn't with it, baby. Not at all. Not at all. But that was my husband's relationship. That was our relationship. It's like they've lived their life. They picked who they wanted. If somebody gets mad, so fucking what? I'm not fucking them. They ain't paying my bills. They're not paying your bills. I don't even have to see them. You don't even have to deal with all of that. You can deal with whatever parts you want to deal with, but you don't have to deal with that when it comes to your relationships. Look, when it comes to my relationship, my situationship, or the man or or woman, whoever I am with, that's none of your fucking business. You can't even touch on that. You can't even come like, oh, you know what? Let me tell you something about, I saw Belinda. Look, don't come tell me shit about Belinda. Don't come tell me nothing about my man or my woman. Don't ever do that. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got to let me know. Whatever God wants me to know, he'll reveal it. You know what I'm saying? This person is just building up karma to, till it's time to be exposed. But other than that, don't come tell me. I'll just have God, just show me. Show me. And then you show me when it's time to leave too. Order my steps. It's like, don't force yourself into somebody else's life, somebody else's affairs, their relationship, their marriages and stuff. Don't force yourself. Now, if they ask you, you can give them some. You can give them a little bit of information. And don't start be saying, oh, if I was you, I'll do that. It's okay. That's when you're doing wrong right there. That's when you're doing wrong. Because now you putting yourself in it. If somebody asks you something, just say, have you thought about talking to the person? Oh, if I was you, I'll leave them. Oh, I'll start doing this. I start to see, you give it negative advice. When you start telling somebody to break up with somebody, leave somebody, whatever, you fucking up a union. That's not good. It could be a lesson. It could be just this journey that these two are on. But you don't give anybody any information on leaving their person. They have to learn, because the more you keep telling them, they ain't going nowhere. They're not going nowhere until they are ready. Other than that, they'll be on the same damn path. They're not going to leave until they get ready. That's your sister, brother, relationships, or whatever. So let me tell y'all this. So me and my brother, We had a disagreement last year in November. Well, not, I didn't really have a disagreement. He did. It was his thoughts and how he thinks, but that's on him. The way you think don't mean I have to think the same way with you. You get what I'm saying? I don't have to think the way that you think. But you get upset because I won't think the way you think and do things the way that you do, right? You on your own path. And when you and I talk, you know what I'm saying? It's like we disagree. You know what I'm saying? And when we disagree, I can sit here and say, well, no, nah, that's not it. That's not it. Or whatever. But he gets upset and his chest swells and he starts getting like real angry because I'm messing with your spirits, because I'm quiet. I don't have to argue. And this happens every time. It's every time I step into the room, you know? So, but he will lay it all out, and he laid it out in front of family at Thanksgiving about the gifts that I have. He don't like it. Why don't you like the gift somebody else has? You don't have to like it, but it's not for you to like. You know what I mean? You don't like it because you can't lie to me. You can't get over. You can't do these things. I can see right through it. I know. So it's mainly people that have something to hide that don't like it. And you can't get that about everybody. You know what I mean? So he just laid it flat out in front of everybody. And I was glad that he did. And my family went shroop. My whole entire family went quiet. Because what happens when Diana gets upset? Diana has to try and stay calm, because what happened when Diana gets upset? And I try and keep myself from getting upset. You know, I am, I can control myself emotionally. You know what I mean? I know when something is worth it and when it's not. You know, I move when God says move and stuff. So anyway, he had his words and I let him have them. And I was quiet too. I just said one sentence. It wasn't to be arguing. But left it at that. I have not said, had not said anything to him since last year, November 2024. So it bothered him. Didn't bother me. You know what I mean? Because when I need to be in your life, or sometimes you need to sacrifice, sometimes people sacrifice relationships, you know, and I was telling my daughter about sacrificing. You know, even if you have to sacrifice me, do it. You know what I'm saying? Do it. And my daughter did not understand what I was saying to her. If something that you need to do, right? And when it comes to me, it interferes with what you're doing, you need to sacrifice me for that period of time that you need to get this thing done. Maybe you don't need to talk to me. Maybe you need to text me. Maybe you don't need to come over or whatever, but you might have to sacrifice me in some degree for you to move. People don't understand the difference about sacrifice. No, sacrifice. Oh, you're hurting somebody. No, 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 no. People do different sacrifices. You know, they sacrifice TV. They do fasting. They do like different type of foods. They get rid of things that trigger them. You know, they might start like walking more. They do a lot of sacrifice. They might like sacrifice soda, whatever. You have to do a sacrifice sometimes to like to move forward. So I was telling my daughter, if you have to sacrifice me, do it. And my daughter was looking at me like, I said, no, you're not understanding what I'm saying. So I had to do it. So I felt as if for my brother and I to repair whatever was going on with him, I needed to make a sacrifice. But it was sacrificing for the good, not because I was upset. You know what I'm saying? Because you know how like when somebody's in your life and you miss them, it makes you want to talk to them, makes you want to talk to them sometimes. But I felt as if for us to have a conversation, he needed to cool off. And he needed to cool off so that we can really talk, right? And I knew that, you know, hey, when it's time for us to talk, God will bring us back together in the same room, right? And it might heat up again, but we'll get it together. So we had some things where we had to show up to our parents' house. You guys know I lost my mom, and had to show up. Stop, honey. Had to show up to our parents' house last weekend. So I was in Florida. Have not talked to my brother. So we talk. First he comes in, you could feel the energy in the air, but I was good. And then it got heated for about maybe 30 minutes. It got heated, at the house. And our family was right there. We're right there in front of everybody within the family again. And I did like that because this wound that you have, it's not healed, you know? But it's going to take me and you for it to get healed. It can't be anybody else. It's got to take me and you for this to be healed. And after that, after he had said all he needed to say, I'm going to let you say all this. I'm still going to stand on who I am. And you know what he likes to hide, but I always get it? Everything that you say when you come in front of me or you come around me or you say to everybody, everything that you've ever said to me is 100% true. I know. You think I want a gift where I can like know these things all the time about people? No. And you don't get it about everybody. You know what I'm saying? You could just tell. And you think that I want to know this? No, it's when somebody is trying to lie to me. I get it. And yeah, and I can tell you where you been, what you did, when, how long you did it. I can tell you everything. So, um, but him not wanting me to know, that is truth. Like, okay, yeah, you tell me is that, yeah, I'm gonna say no, 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 no. I'm not gonna say it for anything. But after that, he still can't say it, right? But I left it alone because I know we had the best time ever. I mean, but it was time for the big blow up. All during that time that I sacrificed us talking, it was the calm before the storm, right? All those months. And then you got God bringing us back together. Here it is. It's going to strike a fire because he cannot not say anything. But I'm going to let you say whatever you got to say. And then, y'all, we've been talking every day since then. Okay? It's like, via text though too, with the whole entire family and stuff like that. But it was the greatest time ever with all of my siblings. Things happen for a reason. Sometimes God removes you from somebody's life for a reason. They have to get the lesson. If not, it's going to keep blowing up, going to keep blowing up. And you got to actually learn something about yourself too. I had to learn that I can't be in his energy all the time, wanting you to get this right now. Like, you got to get this right now. You know, I saw that it wasn't the time and that he and I needed to be away. But I was disturbing what was in him. So I had to sacrifice conversations, phone calls, text messages. Hadn't said not one thing. And when God moves me from somebody else's life, I don't force it to go back. I won't dial the phone. I won't do a text. I won't send a smoke signal. I won't ask somebody how you doing. When God wants me to know how you doing, he'll bring me into your energy by some way, and it won't be forced. By some type of way where we both have to be there or all of us have to be there. That's the only way. It's not an invite. It's where you have to show up. Not an invite. It's where you have to show up. And that's when, you are on your path and it is time. It's like, oh, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna plan this part. I'm gonna invite this person. Or I'm gonna wear this. I'm gonna wear that. No, it's not gonna be a point where you gotta go get dressed. It's where you gotta go and you gotta go now. You gotta get the message. You gotta go now. You gotta heal this right now. You gotta be open to it. You ain't gonna be able to leave. And guess what? We couldn't leave. We could not leave. All of us had to be there for a reason. We could not leave. Y'all, I told my family, I said, me being with all of y'all on last weekend did something very deep for me. I don't know what it was, but it felt like something that was on the inside. It seemed like something that was coated on the inside of me that was protecting my inner being. Like something came out of me and it was lifted out in that weight. It was just like, I don't know. It's just I don't even know how I'm saying this, but it was meant for me to get that. And it was all love. All love. Y'all, when my siblings and all of us get together, it's simply it's amazing because it's funny. But some things couldn't be funny for the last few years. You know what I'm saying? But everything was back, to its originality. It was everything was there. Um and I just like us all being together, all of us loving, all of us talking. It's no jealousy inside of our family. It's a lot of everybody's successful. Um, all of our children look at my brothers as they look at each other, all of my brothers and stuff, with respect. They got a scare of. They're scared of my brothers also. All the children are scared of each other, are scared of all of the other brothers because of them being in the military, sergeant majors, high expectation, and how it's a level of respect, and they don't want to disappoint. Just like Kiara's in the military, she's going up rank, and then it's like, okay, I don't want to disappoint. I don't want to disappoint my uncle like this. I don't want to disappoint this uncle. I don't want to disappoint grandpa, and all this stuff. It's because the level of respect, you know. I am truly glad of my family and the success and stuff that they have and stuff like that. And then like even when I was younger, when I was finishing up high school and stuff, my mom had to move to another state. Not my mom, but just my parents moved to another state, so they moved to Florida. By them being in Florida and then me being in sports in Georgia and stuff like that, then I had to get a guardian. So I received a guardian, which I say like is it's like my bonus mom, and she was strict. Everybody knows how strict she was, and it's like, okay, you have no boyfriend, you have none of this, that, right there, or whatever. So, could you imagine how your brain is turned upside down, inside and out, when the siblings of this guardian, then listen now, not one, every sibling is smart as shit. You're smart too, right? But um, they're all in school to be doctors, and this sibling is, your mom is like a doctor. Everyone is a doctor. Every last one of them is doctor this, doctor that, doctor this. So this is how I grew up. A lot of people don't know that about me. They don't know when I graduated, I was in, house full of successful doctors, very successful. And then, with my other family and stuff like that, everybody's successful, military, business, sports, all this stuff. And I was raised up as a church girl. I liked going around singing, dressing up, doing all these things. I loved that. And then sports took advantage when I started traveling and playing ball and stuff like that, and wasn't in church as much. But that's my heart. um I had a lot of leaders that was in my life that came before me, um that helped me build my foundation. And I know when I'm around the wrong people and I have to remove myself from people. And so I built up this strong wall within, that's me being Diana, and protecting myself, protecting my family, protecting everything that I have. That I protected myself so much that I have really now, since David's been gone, I've really protected myself from love. And it's someone that wants to love me, and I see it, and and I know it's real. And I want to allow it, because now it's like when friends and family and stuff like that of the other person, they begin to love you too, or they begin to fall in love as well. And you can't play with people's families, their hearts and all that stuff, when other people start to love you. You know what I'm saying? And it's genuine and stuff, and you care for them too. It says a lot. Um, and I want to embrace all this stuff. I want to embrace my dating. I want to allow it out. It's been protected so much, but I don't want to just broadcast it. This all to everybody, just put it in your face and stuff. I think it's strong enough where we're good. Not I think I know. It's where nobody can come tell me anything about you. And no one should be able to come and tell you something about me. We don't do the rumor thing. We're adults. You know what I'm saying? We deal with each other. We don't do with childish stuff. You know what I'm saying? You just don't do that immature stuff. We don't do that. It's like we deal with each other. People will tear you down when they see relationships and stuff like that, but no man can tear down what God has put together, or God is putting together, or the union that God is trying to bring together. No man can, like tear that apart. It doesn't matter. Even if you try, it's going to keep getting stronger and stronger and stronger, and it's going to keep coming back together until the union is there. So um I'm saying that within me embracing me and the strongest that I am at the point where this strength that I have in leading people, I don't want to always lead in my masculinity. I want to get on the passenger side now. I want somebody else to drive this. I want somebody else to not wholeheartedly drive it, because I'm in it too, but I want us to get to the designation by, if you get tired, I can drive. If I get tired, you can drive. If you get sick, I can go get the medicine. If I get sick, just know that it's healing. That we in this together. If we say we in this together, you can't invite any third party. That means you can't allow gossip, bullshit, and friends that really aren't, don't have the best interest for you to come in and tell you something to tear down your relationship. No one should be able to come in and tell you something like that. That person is weak. That person is destructive. They don't want to see you grow. They don't want to see you happy. But you also have to remember who's the dog that's bringing you the bone. I love myself enough. I love Diana enough to go through the struggle, the strife, everything of my relationship, and to stay in it. When God tells me that that's not the relationship for me, that's when I leave. Not when you, your friend, your grandma, your buddy, what you heard, internet, social media, none of that shit is not going to tell me to leave my person. Now, if it gives me hints, so I start thinking, yeah, I'll do that. But I don't leave until God tells me to move. And that's why a lot of relationships don't work. Social media, other people. I got to do this with my friends. I got to look good. I can give a fuck about the next person. Y'all see who around here with me? Nobody. I hang with no one. I hangs with no one. It's just like I don't need clout. Just me living is enough. That's all you need to know. You don't need to know anything else. That's all you need to know. Me being happy with me being Diana. That's all you need to know. You don't need to know really who I'm happy with or why I'm happy. You need to take that energy and worry about yourself and pour it into yourself. Because at this point right now, my cup runneth over and I'm ready for somebody to take a drink, baby. I can fill someone up. And it's just the maturity that I have in a relationship. It's the maturity. Just to be out here, just to be dating, hooking up, and all that stuff right there, I'll never do that. I'm better than that. I have self-respect. I respect myself too much. Too much. I respect my children too much. My grandkids too much in order to put myself out there like that. People can go out there and they can do gossip all day long. They can say whatever they want to say. They could do whatever they want to do. I don't care if somebody went out there, listen to what I'm saying to you. If somebody went out here today and said that Diana was hoeing around, my energy is too powerful for when I just walk into the room, somebody would know better. Or if somebody saw me, if somebody saw a picture, they would know better. My energy is too powerful. I will outweigh all of that. I will outweigh lies. Can't nobody make you look bad but you. I won't let myself look bad. If I don't want you, I don't want you. You can't make me want you. I don't want you. If I don't love you, I don't love you. You can't make me love you. If you have a manipulating spirit, you can manipulate others, but you can't manipulate somebody when God shows them who you really are. If God removes you from a situation, you don't take yourself back. I can't go forward looking back. You know, I can't learn and talk to somebody about something else new. If I'm talking about old shit, I keep reaching into the past. I was telling my daughter about that. She kept on saying, remember when did, nope, 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 nope. She said right here where I'm saying, don't reach back there. We're past that. Do not reach back there. When God has brought you out of that, don't go back. We ain't there no more. We are not there. And if you okay with the way that you're treating people, that's on you. I can't make you respect me. But guess what? I can respect myself to keep from getting disrespected. And that's what I do. But I play my part until I have to play my part. When I love and I say I love you, I really love you. If I say I'll do for you, I really do for you. If I say I want you, trust me, I want you. I want you. If I say I no longer want you, trust me, I don't want you. It's nothing that I miss. It's nothing that you can do. I don't care how good it was, he was, she was, or whatever thing you do. I no longer want that. I have a different taste on my palate. Things change, and I'm embracing it. I'm embracing the woman and who I am and the big decision that I have now made. Will I get married again? Yes, I will. Will I live with somebody else again? Yes, I will. At first, I was saying, I don't want to do that. I don't want to do it. Yes, I do. I want to do it. I'm 100% in. I'm 100% in. Embracing change, embracing strength. And, you know, and like I said, I've been having long hour days because I'm making room. If I go up and get up ahead 3, 4, 5 days, I got room to be with my man 3, 4, 5 days. He's worth it. Do I have to sacrifice time in order to do it? Yes, I need to sacrifice time up ahead of time, because what's coming in. I got to make room for what's coming in. And I'm ready. I'm ready. I am ready not only to be loved, but to love. You know, I want to reciprocate it. This is what I'm allowing because it's time. You know when it's time, and a person knows when their time is run out too. You know, you can't think that somebody's going to wait on you. Ain't nobody wait. When you're supposed to wait, it just says, wait on God. You don't wait on a person. You keep moving. You keep growing. You keep living. Saying you keep changing, but pour into yourself so that you will be ready. Embrace the change. I'm allowing it, baby. You know, and I'm going to be so fucking good. When I sit here and tell you, it's like, you know, you speak these things into existence, right? You're going to be cooking, damn right. Going to be washing, yep. Going to be cleaning, yes. Going to be stroking that ego, everything. Everything, pouring into that person, trying to help this person heal, grow, be there for them. Yes, I am going to be everything in my being that God allows me to be, for us to grow, for us to be in love, to stay in love, not fall in love with you today and be upset tomorrow. No, to stay in love, you know, to have a disagreement, to talk about it, to be back in love. You know what I'm saying? It's just, I want every bit. I'm going to be so fucking good. When I say good, better than I ever been. Yeah, you know what I mean? Reason why I say that is because this is a new chapter. Not because of something that I went through before, you know, with David. You know, that was until death do us part. I was as good as I could be. Now, in this new, it's a new chapter. I'm going to be as good as I can in everything and loving and supporting this man. He'll have it like he's never had it before. And the reason why I say he never had it before, because don't compare me to nobody. This you and I. This is new. He already got it good. He know. He knows. Already got it good. So my thing is embrace change. And I'm doing it. And I'm doing it now. Talk to y'all later. Bye.